How's it going, lads? Marshall here, and welcome to the first versus of Team of the Season. And today, two Premier League heavyweights in Romelu Lukaku and Zlatan Ibrahimovic go head to head. Who's going to come out on top? You'll have to wait and see. Lads, if you do enjoy, smash a like on the video straight away. 1,000 likes is your target, and I know you can go beyond that. And in the comment section below today, let me know any other Team of the Season versus that you want to see. I know you want to see Team of the Season Kante versus Team of the Season Keita of the Bundesliga, and I will definitely do that. But if there's any other players that you do want to see, simply let me know in the comment section below. And if you do want any cheap MSP, PSN, or even game codes, head on over to g2a.com. Use that code M89. Every single link that you will need is right there in the description below. So, the team Lukaku is in. He's the focal point. He's the one striker, so he's the focal point in the team. In a two-striker formation, he'd be great as well. I'm not saying he'd be bad, but in a one-striker formation, he can kind of hold the fort up front, and he's a great striker in that sense. He's got a good team around him, and as you know, in the weekend league, I did use that squad. As for Zlatan Ibrahimovic, I used him in seasons, etc., alongside Harry Kane, alongside Eriksen, Pogba, and Herrera. Kante, we have right back Walker, Blanc is in there, Ramos is in there, Marcelo's in there, and so is David here. So, in terms of a formation, I'd use Zlatan in a one-striker formation. He thrived in a two-striker formation, but for me, Zlatan has to be the focal point in the team, similar to Lukaku. When you compare the stats, 92 pace on Lukaku, 10 less on Zlatan Ibrahimovic. You can already see a difference there in terms of acceleration, in terms of like sprint speed, but if you do put like a catalyst chem style on, like you can see on Zlatan Ibrahimovic, it does boost that pace. They both have 99 shooting. That is crazy. That is outstanding. 90 passing on Lukaku, 96 on Zlatan. So with Zlatan, you can bring it down, you can pass it in the midfield, pass it in the wingers, and kind of just go from there. Dribbling, 94 on Lukaku, 97 on Zlatan Ibrahimovic. But you got to keep in mind, Zlatan's got the 4-star skills. Lukaku only has the 3 defending. Just scrap that, it does not matter. 97 physical on Lukaku, 98 on Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Lads, let's get in the in-games. So as we go on into the in-games, then lads, you can see the acceleration on Zlatan isn't great, but the thing I'm looking at is the balance, 46. What I noticed on the card is, it's like a starter card that just doesn't start, basically, and it takes him a while to kick into gear. That does go against the card. Skill attributes, 99 ball control on Lukaku, the same for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. As for finishing, 99, 99. Heading accuracy, 99, 99. They are dead level in some senses, but like I said, 3-star skills for Lukaku, 4-star skills for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And when it comes to specialities and traits, Ibrahimovic has got it coming out the wazoo. So in-game, we'll start with Lukaku. You've already seen these goals, by the way, in the reviews I did on said cards. But I've got to say Lukaku did very well at striker. He didn't score a kind of positive goals to game ratio, but what he did do was hold the fort. He brought us in the game, and he was a great team member and contributed to the team massively with something like 16 assists. He did very well. As you see him on the last man, utilising that pace. That is one of the difference between the two cards. Yes, Zlatan with a chem style on is quite fast, is quite nippy, but it takes him a while to kind of kick into gear, and I'll talk about that in a while. Strength with Lukaku, he's so strong, and I mean it. This guy, he could enter the strongman competition. He is very strong on this game. He's so strong that he can push anyone off the ball. Look at that strike in the background. I've got to say, his finishing, use the power, use the force with Lukaku, because he can just blast it past the keeper every single time. That's set up nicely on the volley, and he hammered it past the goalkeeper. What a bloody strike. That is in the background. When it comes down to pace, like I did mention, Lukaku is faster than Zlatan Ibrahimovic. By design, he's got a bit higher agility, even though the agility on Lukaku sucks. Ibrahimovic has the higher agility. So when it comes to balance, Lukaku has the higher balance, but I've got to say, both of them take a little while to kind of kick into gear. That could be down to the agility and the balance. But once Lukaku gets going, there is no stopping this guy. Like I said in the review, he's like a freaking train. Every single time you press the right trigger, he's gone. Look at this. He's barreling through players. Gets the ball back. Fake shot. Hammer blow into the back of the net. What a strike from Lukaku. And like I said with the corner, he's not very agile. And I know what you're saying. Put the engine chem style on him. It'll boost that agility. Honestly, I don't think that would make a difference. His agility kind of sucks. In game, he does turn kind of slow. Maybe you can contribute that to the balance. Who knows? I read a thing up on balance, and balance basically says if you've got something like 99 acceleration, 99 sprint speed, sometimes the player can feel a little unresponsive due to the low balance. This was an official EA approved article on their website. I might leave a link to it in the description below, but it kind of explained all the stats, and that was the explanation for balance anyway. So balance for Lukaku could be a con as well. So in terms of pros, strength, pace, finishing, cons, agility, but I could add to that 3-star skills. That is a con itself for cards on this game. Zlatan, of course, has the 4. That is a massive kind of difference between the two cards, because if Lukaku had 4, this kid would be unstoppable. He'd basically be Ibrahimovic 2.0 as he finishes there in the background low into the bottom corner. And in terms of price, he's basically half price. $760 on the Xbox, $820 on the PlayStation. So he is kind of affordable. I know he costs a hell of a lot, but he will perform. He'll get your goals, he'll get your assists, and he'll contribute massively to the team as he celebrates there in the background. And we're going to shift on to Ibrahimovic. I was going to say Lukaku, but in terms of price for Ibrahimovic, he is so damn expensive. It is ridiculous. 1.5 million on the Xbox. I wish I held on to mine and made a little profit. 1.6 million on the PlayStation. But I've seen in the background yet again, he can pull off outstanding goals with his right foot, with his left foot. It doesn't matter. Both of these cards are skilled with their weak foot. 4-star weak foot on both cards. As Marcelo picks up the ball, you would have seen this in a review. This is spectacular from Zlatan Ibrahimovic. What is strike? I think that's his agility coming into play as well, because agility in terms of Zlatan is very good. The one downside is that balance again, and I attribute that to why he does start off slow. When you kind of turn with the card, yes, it is fast every now and then because it's got great agility, but when you kind of press the right trigger to get him to go, it takes him a little while to kick into gear, and I think that's down to balance. Someone commented in the last video as well that it was down to balance, so I'll go for you guys' comments in the comment section below, but try and explain to me why it kind of takes him a while to kick into gear. But I've got to say, once he does kick into gear, this guy is one of the best strikers on the game, hands bloody down. He's got the same as Lukaku in terms of strength. He's great. He's so strong on this game. So both of them are very able to hold off players, to shield the ball, to be a hold-up striker. And on this game, I love me some hold-up strikers. Yes, the nimble strikers like your Alexis Sanchez's, like your Dybalas, like your Mertens, etc., are all great on this game, great and all. But I love a striker that can hold up the ball, bring the wingers into play, bring the midfielders into play. Suarez does it very well. Zlatan does it very well. And same can be said about Lukaku. But that was a great goal there in the background. He held up the ball and he finessed it beyond the keeper. Look at the kill on it, man. I've got to say, this guy's finishing is outstanding. You'll find the corner of the net every single time. Yes, Lukaku is playing in the FUT Champions. That is a bit more of a pressure cooker than Division 1. But in terms of scoring goals, Zlatan just seemed to have this little bit more technique about him, this little bit more finesse about every single shot. Not in terms of a finesse shot, but this kind of technique to score every single time in the corners. Lukaku would just power them, even though they have both outstanding finishing. I'd go for Zlatan in terms of goal scoring. He's got the 4-star combo. That is very important for strikers on this game, in my opinion. 4-star weak foot is always important because the weak foot on this game is more important than skills, in my opinion. And the 4-star skills comes in clutch so many times. I can't actually describe how many times it does, because you can do the stop and turn, you can do the scoop down, you can do 4-star skills obviously on this game. And Zlatan is very good at doing them, because at the same time where he is good at it in terms of agility, he's great in terms of strength. And when you do the scoop turn, sometimes you need to shield the opponent whilst you're doing it, so you can kind of just go around him. Zlatan does that all the bloody time. I've got to say, both of these cards, outstanding strikers, better than Harry Kane, great value for money in terms of Lukaku. Ibrahimovic, I'm not too sure. So lads, let's get in the endgame stats. So here we go then, lads, and as you can see, games played, Lukaku played much more than Zlatan Ibrahimovic. 32 games on Lukaku, all in the weekend league, and I've got to say, the weekend league compared with Division 1 is night and day. In Division 1, you can relax, you can do what you want, you've got this kind of freedom to you. I've got to say, Zlatan did play with freedom. However, Lukaku and the pressure cooker of the FUT Champions did very well with 21 goals, 16 assists over 32 games. That's 37 goal contributions in 32 games, while Zlatan got 20 and 12, all in Division 1, 18 goals, 2 assists. And I've got to say, Lukaku could probably do that. He could probably do that and match Zlatan Ibrahimovic. In terms of a review rating on both of them, with Zlatan, I went for a 9.9 because, like I said, he's only missing one or two things. In terms of Lukaku, he's missing one or two things, including the 3-star skills, well, the lack of 4-star skills. But I've got to say, for the price they are, Zlatan is costing way too much right now. I know in terms of the price of his other cards, it's probably about right, but Lukaku is half the price on the Xbox anyways, and I've got to say, he's more value for coins. On the Xbox, he's much more value for coins, and in terms of match rating, both of them got a 10 in a game where they did score hat-tricks. So, the main question today, obviously why you're here, you want to know who's better, Lukaku or Zlatan? Zlatan is better in my opinion, but at the same time, in terms of value for coins, Lukaku is better. So, I'm on the fence here. I don't know who's better in terms of a better player. Obviously, it's Zlatan. In terms of value for coins, obviously, it's Lukaku. But you guys are going to make your minds up today. You guys are going to decide in the comment section below. If I was pushed for an answer, I'd go Lukaku, you know. I would go Lukaku. Even though he doesn't have the 4-star skills, which I love on this game, I'd go Lukaku if I was pushed for an answer. But that's going to be it for the verses today, lads. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, once again, smash the hell out of that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. And as always, lads, I will catch you all next time.